Hey guys, this is John. Just wanted to record a message real quick. I know this is like shit quality on the camera, or record a video, to kind of share a story time of how quickly things can escalate, go out of control in a situation on the streets. And this is kind of an insight to homeless life and homeless culture in general. So, as many of you may know, a lot of homeless people are incarcerated or formerly incarcerated, stuff like that, been to prison. And, if you're looking at the streets and you have to think of it or adapt your thinking to homeless living, essentially all you have to do is see that, the streets are for homeless people are kind of like a prison. A lot of people who get into homelessness, um, they're limited by many factors, some of which I can't explain right now. But regardless, getting housing, getting jobs, even with federal conviction, you can be limited to anything that you do or get or anything. You got to become educated, on people's rights that get stripped away when they're convicted of certain crimes, when they have mental illnesses, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But anyways, so today, apparently, a kid made a deal. I'm not going to say for what, but a kid who's fairly new to the community made a deal for something, and he fucked the guy on the deal. And essentially, with homeless life, you really ain't got to be that smart. All you have to do is kind of look and pay attention, and you will see, basically evidence of what you need to be concerned about. So I was across the street from the Quick Trip, smoking a cigarette, drinking some coffee. Guy rolls up, tells me the situation. Um, so right then I knew, after he told me what happened, I knew this kid was fucked. Like, he's fucked. So, right after he told me, he went back across the street. Next thing you know, I seen about 15 to 20 guys pop out of the tent city, or the path to the tent city. So that told me, logically speaking, that, a couple things. First of all, the kid that I know that did this is fucked. He did something that is unforgivable, and he just crossed a big line. The second thing that told me is the gentleman who was looking for this kid is very well connected. Whoever he is, whatever he does is none of my business, but all I know is that on his command, he had about 15 to 20 people ready to ride and search the city for this kid. So that's all you need to know about shit like that. The situation is yet to be solved tonight. I would assume that the kid is going to be jumped or hurt or assaulted for what he did, because he committed a pretty major crime. And at least in the law of the street. That's just like I said, with incarceration in prison, there's a whole separate society and set of laws and rules that you abide by. And first thing I could tell you about being homeless, for any of you that ever may go through this, is the first thing you need to acknowledge and realize is that you have a reputation, okay? Your reputation will follow you through every single person you meet. If you violate your reputation, if you fuck up, if you line step, if you do dumb shit, you don't get that back. You don't get to redeem that. You don't get to, just magically make whatever you done disappear. So if you go into homeless life, that's a little suggestion, a point of advice for you. Remember, you only have one first impression. You only have one chance to get this right. And if you fuck it up, then that's it. You could be as good as dead. You could be as good as locked out of the community, which, trust me, when you're homeless, the community is everything, because you're against the rest of the world. The cops, regular society, well-to-do gentrified people who want to bury the poor. Everything. So, that's a little story time for you, and that's a little point of advice from somebody who's lived in this world and been in this world for a very long time now. And frankly, I probably won't be leaving it anytime soon. But, you just got to understand that, when you go out here in these streets, regardless, you can't line step. You can't fuck with people. You can't fuck with people's money. You can't fuck with people's, resources, whatever, or you're pretty much putting a mark on you. And I will go to further this situation. The reason why I'm also telling this story is because I was associated with this kid by proxy, meaning that people see everything on the streets. When you're homeless, you have no barriers. So whatever you do, wherever you go with somebody, if you go down to the store with them, you help them out, blah 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 blah. You're associated with those people. So if somebody line steps and they fuck up, obviously when shit hits the fan, people know this person. People know you've been around this person. So therefore, I was a marked man too. And anybody who's even been around him in the last fucking couple of weeks is marked people. Whether they wanted to be around the kid or not, you're now guilty by proxy. You see what I'm saying? So another point of advice for you is if you go out on the streets and you start hanging around any old Joe Blow, whoever, remember that you are by proxy associated with that person. And if you get in real good with somebody that you think and you don't fucking know shit about them, be careful, because that person could be, he could have just stepped over the line the day before. And now you're buddy with this guy and you're shaking hands with him and, you're having fun with him, but this guy has a mark on his ass. So somebody's going to come for him. And when they come for him, if they can't get to him, they might get to you. And it's all a point of, reasonable people, smart people. These homeless people, you can underestimate them, but trust me, they're survivors. They've had to survive in incredibly difficult circumstances. They're resourceful. They're smart. They're, some of the most inventive and resourceful people you ever met in your fucking life. They can put things together with nothing. They can make things happen with nothing. So you really underestimate homeless people, and you really have stigmas that are completely, just based in fucking dumb shit that you don't even understand. So, I had to clear that, and anybody else I had to get word to clear that up real quick, because we are now guilty by proxy. So we have to make it known real quick. I don't fuck with him like that. I don't mess with him like that. I'm not his goddamn buddy, because he stepped over a line once again that can't be unstepped. So, just to protect the people who are innocent, it needs to be made clear we don't fuck with him like that, and that was his decision. Because, you never know who's doing what out here, so what he did could have been for us. You right? But anyways, I'm tired. It's been a long fucking day, and this has been some drama that nobody needed, and some dumb shit that nobody needed, but was brought on by an idiot. Personally a fucking idiot, who will get what they deserve because they couldn't just simply honor their commitments or play by the rules or whatever. So they decided to line step, and now they're going to get sorted out. And hopefully that will be it, and they'll live and they'll be able to make up for their mistake. So anyways, I just wanted to give you guys kind of some advice and just shoot a video and let you know how I'm doing, which is I'm tired, I'm sunburnt, and I'm struggling. So if there's any help you can toss my way or anything you could do for me right now, that'd be great. But if you can't, that's fine too. And don't comment dumb shit on my post like get a fucking job or you're a piece of shit, go get a goddamn job. And I think most of Americans are ready to walk out of their fucking job at this point, to be honest with you, because they can't afford shit, except for, the guys and the people out here getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to do dick all goddamn nothing. So, and there's plenty of them running around, trust me. They're ready, more than willing to flex their wealth and disassociate with the poor. And the sad part about that is they think the rich actually consider them one of them. They don't, But anyways, I digress. I'll talk to you guys later. You guys have a good night and stay blessed.